Previously on Popular Poison Problems. My recent rum revenues are rolling in. Satan says I'm sadly short on souls.
And now, on with the show. Great news, guys! I found a way to increase my profits and keep you in the rum business, Snappy.
You're not dead.
Not for at least a millennia, I hope.
So, spill the solution.
Each bottle of rum made by Snappy's team is sold with a special seal.
Excellent alliteration.
Thank you. This seal serves as a contract between Satan and the purchaser of said rum. It's all in the fine print on the label. Once the seal is broken and the rum's consumed, the purchaser forfeits their soul to Satan, unless they recycle the bottle.
Brilliant. Break out the bubbly.
And on that note, Jeannie, let's start the show.
Hello and welcome, folks, to Popular Person Problems, brought to you by Intervision Entertainment. I'm Jeannie the Giant Killer, here with producer Ryan, intern Steven Skull, and Snappy, broadcasting to you through the Magic Bean Network from the realm of Earth in the 21st century. Intern Steven Skull, will you do us the honor of reading this week's letter?
Well, it is my job.
Some jobs keep pulling you back.
Right. Anyway, dear Jeannie, my adventuring party stinks. I don't mean that we're bad at what we do. On the contrary, we are quite successful and very efficient. What I mean is, quite literally, the other members of my party have a rather foul scent about them. As a heavily armored half-orc, you would think that I would be the smelliest member of my party, but that's where you'd be wrong. When I met the others, I thought the smell was just what the air smelled like in that city, especially since I met them outside a tannery. But as we journeyed alongside each other, quest after quest, I realized that it was indeed my own companions assaulting my olfactory senses. It sort of makes sense for the druid to be on the stinky side, you know, because she's one with nature and all that, and snuggling with one's animal companions can certainly contribute to a funk, but she doesn't groom herself at all. My goddess made dirt, so dirt don't hurt, seems to be one of her mantras. Also, accordingly, she partakes in little to no bathing, no grooming of any hair, on her head or otherwise, and she won't even allow our wizard to use prestidigitation to clean her up a bit. Speaking of our wizard, he only has one set of robes. One set, Jeannie! And because he has nothing to wear while laundering his robes, he rarely, if ever, launders them. Just the same robes, made out of wool, worn day after day. And we're not even in the coldest of climates. He would do much better with linen. He thinks he's saving gold for important spell components by having only one set of the cheapest robes, but I think it's pretty gross. And don't get me started on the funk that wafts out among us when he takes off his shoes. Furthermore, somehow, I think that his particular brand of smelliness is impervious to prestidigitation. Oh, and then there's our bard. Our bard at least grooms himself, or at least he wouldn't be able to lie with the individuals with whom he lies, I'm sure. But I don't think he understands that cleaning up afterwards is just as important as cleaning up beforehand. Or maybe he just doesn't wash it off as a sort of reminder, or worse, an aroma trophy? Look, I don't want to sound like I'm stereotyping, Jeannie, but he's an elf. Shouldn't he know better? All the other elves I've met have been scrupulously clean and smell like daffodils. He smells like, well, you know what he smells like. Oh, and then there's our cleric. Our cleric smells like meat. Now, I don't mean a lovely roast cooking for hours in an oven with potatoes that one's about to eat at dinner time. I don't mean fresh bacon. I mean dry, cured meat that's been sitting out for days, close to, if not in direct contact with, the cleric's skin, the heat of which allows the scent to intensify. His breath smells like meat. His hair smells like meat. His body smells like meat. His whole backpack smells like meat. The idea of a person smelling that much like meat is enough to make me, a half-orc, want to go vegetarian for a while. Jeannie, my party is good at what they do. I would hate to leave them just because I can't stand their odor. How can I adjust this issue with them tactfully, without hurting their feelings, so that we can all lead healthier lives while we adventure together? Thank you. Lost in Funkytown.
Dear Lost in Funkytown, that sounds like more than I would like to encounter for sure. That many unpleasant odors combined must be quite the olfactory stimulation, if you know what I mean. The biggest concern here is is that you are new to the party. And these people have been the way they are since before you knew them. And it sounds like each of them is very comfortable in their own funk. So changing them might be asking too much. There's some great smelling salts on the market, and I've heard you can charm an amulet so that the wearer only smells the charm smell contained in it. This is probably your best option if you wish to continue to journey with your group. I should warn you though, there is something called the stank factor that should be considered in your final decision. Smells have a tendency to attach themselves to each other, and in combination, create a layer of funk that cannot be removed. If you spend enough time with this group, it is very likely that you too will obtain a layer of stank. So, this decision has an odor of permanence to it, so to speak. If your party values your contribution to the group, and if you really want to stay but do not want to tackle the funk, you can always gently inform your group of your concerns. Only do this if you are ready to leave, however, as you might not get the kind of responses you hope for. Good luck!
That was Popular Person Problems with Jeannie the Giant Killer, brought to you by Intervision Entertainment and What Happens After 2 a.m. Got a letter for Jeannie? Shoot her a message at jeannie@intervisionentertainment.com. Looking for more podcast shenanigans? Hit up our website at myaloha.tv, or better yet, help make those shenanigans happen by becoming a visionary of Intervision on patreon.com.
Oh, I just got a text from Darth Babas, and he invited all of us for a spa day.
Wait, me too, right? You're not all going to just leave me behind this time, are you? Because I think I might enjoy a spa day.
Everybody gets to go.
I am Mr. Clean.
Yes, even you, Mr. Clean.